So I want to talk a little bit about HPP High Pressure Pasteurization, which is technically known as High Pressure Pascalization, but let's not get too technical. So HPP is a kill step where I would take the finished bottled product that's sealed and they would put, let's say, 50 bottles, 20 bottles, 100 bottles inside of a canister, and that canister would then go inside of a machine, which is a hyperbaric machine, which uses water pressure to apply a great amount of pressure to the bottle, the finished product itself. And in that pressure, you're bursting and shattering living cells and organisms that could be pathogenic to the product, the juice, which could A, cause spoilage, and B, cause sickness. So technically speaking, HPP is a non-heat process by which you're killing off pathogens which either spoil the juice or could be a health and safety risk for human beings, right? When you HPP a juice, you have to make sure that the pH balance of the juice is at the right acidity level. Let me rephrase that. You have to make sure that the pH balance is low enough so that HPP is effective on that particular juice. If the pH balance is too high, say in coconut water, there's a possibility that certain types of organisms can survive the HPP process and I guess regenerate bacteria that can be harmful to human beings. So in that case, you either would have to lower the pH balance by adding something like lemon juice, or you would have to use heat pasteurization. So what I know about HPP is that the flavor profile of a juice will change after it's been put through HPP. I cannot tell you specifically why orange juice, for example, before it's HPP'd and after being HPP'd tastes slightly different, but there is a difference in the taste. One could say that if I cook the orange juice, it'll taste different, and so therefore it goes without saying that if I put it under pressure, it'll taste different. I'm not going to say it's better or worse, it just tastes different. When the juice that's been HPP'd is allowed to sit in the bottle for a long enough period, even though it's not pathogenic, it's still decomposing because air and light still affect it. So the longer the juice sits in a refrigerator, or the longer the juice is sitting at whatever temperature it's at, the more the flavor profile degrades, in my opinion. So I've tasted an HPP product that's, say, 3 days old, or 2 days old, or 4 days old, and sometimes it's unnoticeable whether it's been HPP'd or not, and it's acceptable. Other times, there's a product out there that's HPP that sits in a supermarket, and it's 10 days old, 20 days old, 30 days old, doesn't have the same vibrancy that a freshly made non-HPP'd juice would have. So I don't think HPP overall is a bad thing. I think it has its place in the supermarket type brands, and I think it certainly has a place in drinks that are not being consumed for their nutritional integrity, like a coffee drink or a sports drink. And certainly if HPP can drive the cost down and make good, clean, no sugar added juices accessible to the mainstream public, I think that HPP is definitely a value in moving our mission forward, which is people to drink more fresh juices, even if they're HPP'd, versus drinking synthetic or chemically created or altered soft drinks and beverages, which are extremely acid forming and toxic for human chemistry. For the core product of Juice Press, it should be non-HPP. A $10 juice, a $9 juice, an $11 juice, where you're looking for maximum nutrients, vitamins. You want the enzymes to be fully active and fully active and at their true nature, because you can't kill an enzyme. An enzyme is not a living thing. But HPP could affect the enzymes. It could denature the enzymes just as much as cooking can, and just as much as the longer the product is sitting after being cut from the tree or the vine, the more that the enzymes have been degraded. So obviously for a premium product, it should not be HPP'd. It should have a very short shelf life. When we put it in a bottle and we seal it, and it's in a refrigerator, the shelf life is truly between 0 and 4 days, depending on the actual produce that's being juiced. If this product is made today and it lasts for 2 or 3 days, it's unbelievable at 2 or 3 days. It still tastes amazing. It's still incredibly nutrient rich. The enzymes are alive, and you're going to get the maximum benefit of drinking that juice. One of the benefits of drinking juice is the probiotics, the good bacteria that live naturally in produce. That's part of your immune system when you're consuming food. So I believe that HPP juice, because it's at a 0, everything is dead, there's nothing alive in it, you're not actually getting the probiotic benefit of a juice. So in short, I think HPP has its place for a supermarket brand, or for a, certainly for an airport where your choices are alcohol and pizza. If you can get a juice press product that's been HPP'd and it's a premium organic product, it's definitely a positive. So let's look at the benefit of HPP and the negatives of HPP really briefly in an overview. The benefit of HPP is that it will make juice products more readily available to the consumer. The negative of an HPP product is that if it's still a very expensive product and it doesn't taste good, people are less likely to drink juice because it doesn't taste good. So you still need juice press to produce fabulous tasting juice in order for people to be excited about drinking juice. That is my take on HPP.